And we are back. We are talking AEW Elite GM, and we're talking patch notes. Yeah, so there's a new update, patch notes. Let's get into it. Kalika. All right, we are back. Hit the subscribe button, like, notifications on, make a comment. Who's your favorite GM ever in wrestling? And maybe it's yourself. Put it in there. But moving on, new features. This is going to be for the patch that just went live at 3 p.m. Eastern today. This is patch 1.0.9, and we'll start with endless. The endless mode or feature, the save slots can now be expanded. Endless can be expanded up to 3 different playthroughs at a time. Endless slots can be purchased for 1,000 AEW tickets by tapping on a locked save slot. With the inclusion of the save slots for endless, there are now a tooltip on tapping a slot that will give you a brief overview of the stats in that slot. I said slots, but you know what I mean. Now let's get into gameplay updates. This is for all modes. Okay, so rework the way wrestlers gain popularity in matches. Oh, this ought to be interesting. Wrestlers now gain popularity in relation to the type of match. In general, the more teams present in the match, the less popularity each wrestler earns, and vice versa. However, there will be exceptions to this rule. The larger the difference between the average popularity of the wrestlers, and the greater the change in the popularity will be. Example, should a wrestler with a high popularity lose to a wrestler with a low popularity, the higher popularity wrestler will gain significantly less popularity to the lower popular wrestler. Oh, I see what they did there. They figured, oh, they know what we were doing. Oh, they know. Interesting. They added a decay in popularity. Similar to morale, wrestlers who are signed and do not appear in matches will now lose popularity. So they will lose 2 popularities a week. So if you don't put Mr. Showtime after signing him to a modest contract, Mr. Showtime will lose 2 popularities every week. Developer notes. We had a significant rework to the way wrestlers gain popularity as the follow through on the hotfix, where booking 5v5 matches would generate way too much popularity for the wrestlers. We found that after a certain point, once a player had enough resources, the optimal way boiled down to booking as many large matches as possible. The new system has a different popularity growth per wrestler depending on the match type. Okay, so the games are going to have metas, and we talked about it in a previous video, but you can see in the comments and blogs and things like that, people are figuring out exactly what matches you can put together to, get a certain objective taken care of. And they've clearly figured that out, and that's good because you want the game to be competitive. Additionally, we wanted to make sure each match type had a role to play in your booking so that players would be encouraged to have more match diversity closer to what occurs on Dynamite. That is the truth, because during the beta, you could honestly, it's almost like it forced you to do the same type of matches. And if you went ahead and tried to do different matches, like just to be creative, you didn't get a reward, or there was nothing significant. So it made it where you had to go back to doing the same old, right? In this current state, you can grow a wrestler's popularity more effectively in the smaller match that they're in, adding in the change of popularity being affected by popularity difference also creates opportunities to rapidly increase the popularity of a lower popular wrestler, but carries the risk of lowering your higher property wrestlers. Not property, but popularity. There we go. Words. Put them together. You could do it. Endless. All right, so the changes they added to the endless mode changes. So change the weekly show popularity requirement for endless. The required total show popularity to continue gaining fans in endless each week has been drastically reduced, preventing fan loss when under certain circumstances. Remove the emo bar from endless. No more emoting to yourself in endless. sorry. They actually put that in there. Sorry, sorry, not sorry. I like that. Show history when loading into Endless will now contain only the past 3 weeks worth of show data. We're going to go into the development notes on this. And the notes are: after listening to players' feedback and reviewing the game data. Okay, that part right there I really like, reviewing the game data. I feel like a lot of games, either A, they don't admit they have this data, and or sometimes it feels like they don't even use the data. Like think about it. Any game that's connected online, whether it's mobile phone, PC, console, next, current gen, you would think, right? Wouldn't the balances and the things of that nature be, especially if you're sticking to the game that you're trying to make, shouldn't it be easy enough because the computer's giving you all that raw information and you can just make your choices, even if you didn't listen to the community, even if you're just like, hey, look, numbers are showing this. So I do like that they said that. They decided we needed to rework the difficulty to match better with players' expectations. Our original design for Endless was to increase the difficulties for players to the point where they wouldn't be able to continue. But then you named it Endless, giving the players the opportunity to show off longer runs. However, we discovered that most people who played Endless preferred a more traditional simulation experience, so our changes should reflect that. For players who enjoyed the mode as is, we are now planning to include a survival mode in the future as a separate game mode that will keep the spirit of the original design, so you can truly challenge your GM skills to the world. Also, I'm thinking about the data that's going out there. Do you think Tony Khan and the booking for All Elite, do you think they look at this information and say, man, these are the matches they want, we got to give the people what they want? I don't know. Bug fixes in Endless save slots now have fail-safe in place to fall back should an error occur during the saving process, which was leading players' data to be wiped partially or fully. In the case of an error, the corresponding save will be rolled back 1 week. So it's kind of like when you play those old school games, and even some of the new ones now, you see that logo like Grand Theft Auto, and if the logo turns a different color, you know you can't shut it off to win that free car to roll the, you know what I'm talking about. In general, fix an issue where missions were not properly resetting at the correct time of day for some players. This issue led players becoming unable to claim the login of the day. Daily missions would reset until after the player had already logged in for the first time that day. As compensation for this, all players who have completed the tutorial will receive AEW tickets as compensation right to their gift box. GG to the devs. Love for the devs. That's a great move. That's classy. That's classy. Various visual bugs fixed, again with the 2D format they're using. I'm pretty sure it helps them make this adjustment fast and add wrestlers and pull wrestlers away. CM Punk. Daniel Bryan. Future optimizations and improvements to the memory usage over extended gameplay sessions. And let's finish it off with known issues. Some users on Android tablets have identified that their keyboard does not activate correctly. If an item is available for bucks and tickets, it would only show the price for bucks. Sometimes tickets will not visually update until you restart the game. Star rating sound effect will play 3 times regardless of the stars. Star rating twinkle will sometimes show on empty stars. Star rating sound effects will play on leaving the post simulation review. Okay, so those are your notes for the patch that just came out. The date is the 30th of July, 3 p.m. It went down. Some really cool things in there. I do want to do, like, I guess, my review of the game, but I've got to blow the dust off the one I never put out. And also, I think I have a beta one as well. So I enjoyed my playthrough for the beta. I know it was a small sample size. The only issue I had at the time, I'll make a video for that. It's just as long as it's not overheating my phone anymore. I think I can move on. But you could have been anywhere in the world and you're here. I greatly appreciate that. Hit the subscribe button, follow, like, all the other data crunching stuff. Until next time, kalika-lika-lao.